Back here in the garage, got this 51 Chevy pickup I've been working on. I wasn't going to do any more video on this, but this is actually kind of a for sale video. It's an all original Survivor. It's never been crashed. It does have some body filler in spots, but if you look underneath, you don't see any major damage from the bottoms. Okay, so under the hood, pretty simple. One barrel Rochester carburetor, glass fuel filter housing, all that stuff's original. Oil filter housing's original. It's still a generator. The starter, it's a mechanical linkage starter still. Everything functions. It's all original. This is a Survivor truck. You can see it's still braided. It's still got the braided wiring. It's like cloth braid over the wire, so it needs to be completely rewired. The only thing hooked up in it right now is the ignition circuit. I'm gonna give you a little overview of the outside of the truck here. You can see it has spots like this, but underneath that, you don't really see it underneath. You come up here. Okay, there's a dent there, but it's a dent. It's not, I mean, somebody could have took that dent out easier than putting the body filler in. And that's it, really. Same kind of thing right here. It has filler here, but for the most part, you have filler down here in your typical areas, but it's not a ton. It's not a whole bunch. There is areas like this, which I think was more from storage, where the truck sat for so long that it would get water puddled up here. It's the only thing that makes sense, because it's only from here to here, and then it's fine. So I think water was puddling there and rotted. I think this truck sat in storage for a really long time. Same thing here. There is a hole in the floor. It's rusted pretty bad. The cab corner's rusted out, but it's pretty much isolated to this one side of the truck. Even back there, there's not been any major work done. There is some filler where it was body worked once, but it's not totally gone. All this is all solid original metal. There is some filler here, but this is a clean, you can see it, but again, it's minimal. It's very minimal. This fender could be stripped off and taken care of like nothing. There is, on the back cab corners, there is body filler. It's not a lot. It's still 6 volt. And you can see on this side, there's a little bit of a spot there. But this cab corner is nothing like that side. So, again, I don't think this thing was in a bad area. I think it's the way it was stored. Even down here, all this structure work. If this was back east truck, all that would be rotten off, and it's not. It does have on this floorboard too, but again, the rest of the floorboard's solid. The doors, you can hear. This is very, very, very minimal body filler on this whole truck. So the inside of this thing, oh yeah, you can see it's all original. Still has the torque tube rear axle, original leaf springs. I believe that's the bumper for the front. The original bedwood is gone, to be expected. Again, a little bit of filler here, but it's a minimal dent. And that's all original. That's all original metal. The inside of the truck looks like there's a couple pieces missing, but most of it is here. This this gauge still works. Let's see if it'll fire up. It still has the push button floor. Get all the pedals. Parking brake, clutch, brakes. We have no brakes. Throttle. This one right here, this is the start. Alright, I'm going to need to give it a little bit of a prime. Still a 6-volt battery. Manual 4-speed. Go ahead and give this thing a little bit of a prime. The accelerator pump's not quite working very good. Like I said, the carburetor is old. The fuel pump seems to be working. This hose is connected to the fuel pump. There is currently not a gas tank in the truck, so I put in this bottle has fuel in it. I fill up the fuel pump down there. Ooh, sprayed my phone with gas. Hang on. Okay, I tried to spray my phone with gasoline anyways. A little primer shot in the carburetor. Just want to show everybody that it starts right up. Like I said, the only thing hooked up electrical wise is the ignition, because it's still got the old braided wire. None of it's really safe to use. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a little throttle. Come on. She wants. Alright. I guess it wants. I let it run out of gas the last time, so I'm going to give a little bit of a prime. Get that float bowl filled up a little bit. Okay. On a fresh carburetor, this thing would run like a champ. Okay, here we go. Key on. Foot pedal for the starter. Little throttle. There she goes. There we go. She runs like a champ. Doesn't misfire, nothing. It's all original. It runs like a top. You can even see the factory oil pressure gauge works. You can see right here the factory battery gauge works. It's very minimal. I turn the key on right now. I can't even tell. See? It went down a little bit. It's only running the ignition system, so there's not much there. I'm not sure if that one works yet or not. But anyways, this is a very neat old truck. A box of parts. I'm not even 100% sure what all this is. I'm not even going to open these. We got headlight bezels. It's like visors. Oh look, carburetor parts. Okay, 3100 badge. You know, I seriously drove all over the place trying to find that gasket right there. I made one Look, there's the damn accelerator pump that ain't working. Son of a bitch. I wish I would have found this. Anyways. Look, there's all the parts to put the carburetor together. Runs pretty good without it anyways. Look, I got door handles, ignition parts, nuts and bolts. Got wipers, spark plugs, more badges, bezels. Looks like some panels. There's stuff in there. I can't believe that. I would have just rebuilt the damn carburetor. It's all right there. Anyways, see what happens when you don't look around. So yeah, bunch of parts. Anyways, more new parts, bed rails, trim molding, stuff like that. So okay, so the bad news is the truck does not have a clean title. It has paperwork from a bill of sale or from a power of attorney. The power of attorney was for somebody, the original owner of the truck actually passed away a while back. There is no title, just notarized bill of sale. So the truck needs a bonded title. That process is probably going to start pretty soon if nobody grabs it up. The price will go up whatever it costs for the bonded title is about it. So otherwise, as far as we can tell, it is a numbers matching Survivor truck. It's very clean. It does have Bondo on it, and it has, looks like somebody rollered it with house paint one time, but the metal's straight. It's all there. Has minimal cancer spots in it, but again, it's not the entire truck. The underneath is solid. I think it has more to do with it being stored in wherever it was, and it was getting water in it when it rained. So other than that, it's a very clean old truck. Runs like a top. Definitely needs a lot of work, but for a Survivor 1951 Chevy, I think it's an excellent start to a build. We were going to build it and turn it into a hot rod, but things are changing, and we're going to sell it. So it could be sold as a build project if you want to. If you're interested in buying it and having it built to suit your needs, we could discuss that. But at this point, it's up for sale. So if anybody interested, email me at chassiswaps@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.